What's going on YouTube? It's your boy 66 Moto back here. In today's video, I'm gonna take out my ECU in my 2022 Yamaha MT10. I believe that'll work for 22 and up. So we'll get the ECU out today. I'm really excited to be back making videos for you guys. I haven't made any videos for a while. It's been quite the journey, and getting back into the routine after breaking my collarbone last season at the track, and just getting into the routine of work and life and everything in general. So yeah, it's I haven't had much inspiration to make any videos and work on my bikes. I've just been so swamped with everything else, and yeah, so I'm really excited to get back here and start making videos for you guys again. So yeah, as I said, we'll jump into the video and learn how to take this ECU out, because I kind of learn it as we go too. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, well, obviously the first step is to remove your seat. Just for video purposes, I've already loosened it off, but as many of you know that probably have this bike, it's underneath the seat, the keyhole to release it, and you just give it a little pull back and lift your seat off. Pretty basic stuff. And then you get under here and you're like, why couldn't they just put it on top? You know, they have to put all these things in here jam-packed. It doesn't look like it's too far. It's just down here. Here's the connectors for it, and there's the ECU itself. It looks like it just slotted in there. Luckily, I have a bunch of things that I'm going to be putting on this bike. I think I'm going to make this like the first video of a series for some modifications that I have. I have a tail tidy coming for the bike, and tail delete thing, integrated tail light, and some blinkers for the front as well. So I have to take all this stuff apart anyway to get at the ECU. So it's kind of a good time to do everything all at once. So by the looks of things, obviously we have to get these connectors for the lighting in the back disconnected. I believe that is for the lean sensitive stuff, so that has got to be gentle with that. Actually, maybe it doesn't even come off. It looks like it's built into the plastic. We have to get rid of the servo here. It's held in by these things here, and connectors on the side. Maybe this bracket has to come off, and maybe these sides. So we'll just have to dig into it a little bit. As I said, it's a little bit more involved than I was expecting it to be. I was just hoping it would be on top, but it's not. Always a little bit of work for good things. So the bike's been running like complete crap ever since I put the exhaust on it, and it's lost all its power down low, and it just reeks like gas when it's idling and whatnot. So it's definitely not running its greatest. So a friend of mine has the 2023 MT10 SP, and he let me take it for a little bit of a ride, and it was like a world of a difference, right? Like the bike was so smooth, even smoother than this thing felt stock. So I'm quite impressed with it, and I hope that I get the same sort of effect for my bike. So yeah, let's dig into a bit and see how much is involved to get this out. Okay, so we got the battery out. I did call my buddy that has the 2023 MT10, and he did tell me that I have to take everything apart in order to get the ECU out. So by the looks of things, I'm gonna have to take off the plastics on the sides here, so I can get at the screws that are up under here. So the side plastics have to come off. Gonna have to get this off anyway for the tail tidy and the integrated tail light. We're gonna have to get this guy off. When you're removing this, I think it's built into the cover, but definitely be cautious with this, because that's part of the IMU system. We don't want to damage that. Yeah, so we'll just have to jump into it. Yamaha is really good at making things difficult to get out. I guess they don't want you tampering with it. So let's just jump onto it. So yeah, I just wanted to call him and confirm to make sure, but in fact, yeah, I do have to take everything out. So as I was saying, like at the plastics, there's some bolts here. There's going to be clips that are holding things in everywhere. A couple screws up here. We got this here for the bracket where the seat clips into for the lock. Yeah, so just gonna work my way at it, and as I get further and further into the bike, I'll keep showing him some videos and showing you the next steps. And it's pretty easy to figure out once you start taking bolts off the plastics and stuff. Things get easier, and the little clips that hold things, but you definitely don't want to be getting that bolt out there and then just reefing on something. It's like it'll definitely break, so just be cautious with that. And it's kind of delicate, so you don't want to be messing with it, breaking it. So yeah, we'll just jump on, and as I said, as I get deeper into the bike, we'll keep showing you little clips of it. Okay, so in order to get the side cover off the bike here, there's a bolt that you're gonna have to take out, just like this on the other side. So you wanna take that out. Underneath here, underneath the tail, there's these slots right here. They got little push pins in them. There's another little push pin back here. There's a screw that's holding the cover on up here. That also has to come off. And then there's a nut right here and a nut right here. So that little guy was holding it on. And you don't see that until you take that back cover off right there. So that guy, yeah. So then this guy just slides off nice and easy now, giving us a little bit more access. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side and get the other fender plastic fairing off. And then we'll jump in here a little bit more. I'm gonna probably start by taking off this bracket. Maybe I'll disconnect some of these wires, get the servo motor out, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I got the bracket off the back here. Get a little bit deeper in there. I got the servo taken off. I had a bunch of tape wrapped around this, so I just had to pull the tape off, and then you can get access to that pin. I got some tape wrapped around here as well. These bolts right here were was a number 8, in case anybody wants to know. So yeah, I just have to dig a little bit deeper. It's starting to look like that I'm gonna have to take the tail off here. I'm also gonna have to take out the light probably as well, all the wiring and whatnot. It's the same process for the video for doing the tail tidying and doing the integrated tail light. So this will be part of that video. I'll just make people refer back to this video. But anyway, yeah, so you have to take the tail off. They're down in here. There's another 2 that are down in here under this mess of wires to get at. There's screws on the other, or these flathead things on the other side, which don't require anything. You just take the nut off here, the 4 nuts, and then the tail drops off. You have to disconnect all the cables first, because then it'll be all dangling and whatnot. Yeah, so that's the next process for doing that. It looks like there's a couple screws underneath of here that are gonna have to come out as well. And then hopefully that allows us to be able to pull this down enough to be able to access any of the screws that are underneath holding all the ECU and stuff in there, which it seems like where they are. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure that's where the screws are that's holding all that stuff together. They really don't want you to get it this easy. All right, so I'm just gonna jump back on the bike here and start ripping some more things off. Okay, well, we got the tail off. It's a pretty difficult task getting all these connectors out. They got these little tiny clips here that I have absolutely no clue how to get out. They just like plug into parts of the frame and then kind of hold the clip down. Very easy to break. I broke one of them, and then these ones kind of got a little mangled, but I think they'll be okay still. As long as you don't break the wires or anything like that, that's fine. You can zip tie things together after. Yeah, so it was 4 nuts that you have to remove. They kind of look like this. And this is how it kind of goes through. There's these metal bracket. They got these nut things like welded in or whatever, and then those come through the frame. That comes through those 4 holes right there, and you just take those off and it drops off. You got to make sure that you have all the wires disconnected so that you can pull them through that little tiny slot right there, and then everything just drops out all at once. Kind of neat. Yeah, so going forward, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to take out the lock here. I think maybe it does, maybe not. Learning as we go. I don't know this. I could have made a detailed video after figuring it all out and putting the bike back together, but that's just boring. We'll figure it out together. Yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking that these 2 screws right here are going to get me somewhere. It kind of holds the the two pieces of plastic. Like there's a tray right here that's like all in right here, and then there's the under plastic for the tail to keep everything all closed in. So we'll have to get those screws out and we'll go from there. All right, well, we got that cover off now, and I got the ECU exposed here now. So yeah, it was these two little screws. There's two black screws here. You don't have to take out the key lock, that's fine. It's just these two screws hold this cover together here, so that sandwiches like the pieces together, right? So it comes through here, and then that's all held together. And this guy is also connected by little screws that are over. There's a bolt here and a bolt here, and to be really careful, these guys right here fall out. They sit between the plastic, right, like right in there, and then the bolt goes through that hole, right, and then it gets screwed into the frame. So just be careful. You don't want to drop those and lose them down further in the bike. Yeah, so that's how you get that done, and then this guy just folds over like this, and I don't think you have to do anything much more with that. There's the IMU unit there, so that measures the angle of the bike. So all this has to get put back, you know, level and whatnot, just so that that's sitting level on the bike, because I'm sure that that's an important step. So yeah, we got to the ECU. It is, once you disconnect this upper cover and from the bottom plastic, this thing is just sitting in there loose. But when those two are sandwiched together, they're holding this thing in nice and secure. So in order to get this guy out, you just have to do something with these pins here. I think it's, I don't 100% know. I know this one here you just push down, this one here you just push down, and then I think this one, it's hard to say. This is a very important pin not to break. Oh, yeah, so it's got this flap here, and I think it rotates forward, and that's, yeah, I think that's it. It's really hard to do this one-handed in filming. Yeah, so we'll get that off there. I'm just gonna try and do that off camera here, and then I'll let you know if that was the thing. I'm pretty sure this is flap just folds forward, and then these guys get pushed down to release it off the ECU. Yeah, so that's exactly how to get that little clip out. What you want to do is there's this little middle pin right here. You just want to push that down in, and then as you push that down in, this little clamp here releases, and then you're able to pull that cable out. So that's the way to do that. So you just kind of get your one finger in the middle, push it down a little bit, and then see how it just pops open like that, right? And then that loosens it off. These ones are, oh, sorry, that's really bad. Doing things one-handed here, not great. This one, you just really hear the little click, and that's ready to pop off. And then same thing with this one, you just hear that little click, and then you literally can just pull the ECU out afterwards. Just gotta get something in there. You could use a flathead, just be really, really, really careful not to do any damage to the ECU or the connectors, because as I said, this is a very expensive piece, and it's probably a costly job to get repaired at the dealership, so I'm gonna want to do that. So I'm just gonna get this ECU out completely off camera, and then we'll take a quick little look at it, and we'll wrap the video up there. So all right, well, we got the ECU out. Those connectors down there are definitely a little challenging, but it's pretty easy. You just push down on this guy here, and then this little flap on this guy goes up. You push down on that flap there, and they just pop off. They're in there pretty good. You just got to give them a little wiggle. Definitely don't do like I did. I didn't have a good grip on the ECU, and when one of the last pins on this guy right here popped off, the ECU went flying out of my hand, and went for a little drop down there. And I don't think it's a good thing to drop your ECU. I mean, electronic devices and dropping don't, normally work out so well. So it was like instant panic, and I was like, oh crap. So I put everything back together. I put the, like, just connected all the wires and all the connectors and the lights and put the ECU back in, put the battery back in, and the bike fired right up, and there was no warnings on the dash or anything like that. So I got really lucky with that one. I'd highly recommend that you don't drop your ECU. So if you got anything out of this video, don't drop that. Yeah, so it's quite the process to get to, get to the ECU on this bike. This is how you also get the tail off your bike if you're going to do a tail tidy and integrated tail light. So yeah, so it's all part of the same process. I would definitely recommend that if you're planning on doing a tail tidy, exhaust, and eventually getting a tune, to possibly get all those parts at once, so that when you rip this apart, you only have to do it once, right? So it'll definitely be a good idea. So yeah, I hope this video was informative for you guys, and if you got any questions, please leave a comment down below, and I'll definitely answer them to the best of my ability. And all right, well, we got the ECU out, and what an adventure that was. Yeah, definitely don't drop it on the floor. It's definitely not good for it. I got really lucky and it didn't break. That was really stupid of me. I didn't have a good grip on it. When one of the little connectors, when it came loose, it like popped out of my hand and went flying, and I'm like, oh my God, panic. Like my heart stopped for a second. So anyway, it's good to be back making videos for you guys. I hope this video was informative. It'd be really cool if you could like and subscribe, and as I said, leave any questions or comments down in below. And I hope that this was good for you. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.